Okay, hello and welcome to the second video for Microsoft Access within the ISYS 110 subject. Today we're going to be working on a lab exercise from the back of Chapter 2, and this is called Echoplex Database. It's quite a long series of questions, so again I'll probably have to go through this very quickly so that I can get it done within 15 minutes. First of all, it tells us to open up the database and to open the records table. So we've done that, that's here. It's now asking us to change the format property for the sold field to currency. Okay, so we just go into the design view and we actually find out that it's already currency. Okay, so that's fine. It now tells us to use the search and find function to find a particular record. So we go to find, and what are we looking for? We're looking for something called Neil Young, and we're looking it for in the records table and the whole field. Click find, and it's actually after, even though Neil Young is the artist, we're looking for something that's called harvest. So I'm just going to click next till we find harvest. There it is. Record number 78. It's now asking us to change it from $124 to $155 for the sold price. Oh, no, not true, sorry. Change the sold price to $155. Okay, now that that's done, we want to unhide a comment field. So we go to unhide columns and we can tick this. And the comments field now appears. Once that's done, it wants us to add a new field to show the condition of each item. So if we're going to do that, we want to go into the design view and we're going to add a new field, and it's going to be positioned after the artist. So we insert a row here, and the row is called condition, and we're going to have to use the lookup data type in this instance, so that we can enter some predefined values. So we use lookup wizard, and this time we're going to say I will not use the values from another table. I'm going to type in the values myself. Okay, and we just type in the values. We're provided those values from the book, and it's excellent condition, if I can spell, and good, fair, and poor. Click next, and we're told the name of the column is still condition, and that's it. It wants us to set the default value to good. So in default value, we just type good, and there we go. So we're now going to change to the datasheet view, make the changes and save it. Once that's done, it tells us to select a condition for each record. Now, you know what, I'm not going to do that. So we go down to the bottom here, and the record is called School House Rocker. Okay, Landsbergen. Condition is fair. Purchase price is 45. Sell price 47. And there's a comment. Traded to Searchlight Records for 47 in store credit. Alright, I'm just going to go back here and fix up any spelling mistakes. Once that looks good, just click Tab. Okay, so we're now entering a new field again. In this case, it's going to be called shipped. So let's go back to the design view, and this shipped field name should be put after the sold price. So enter shipped as the field name. The data type is text, and we're going to enter some validation rules. So In this case, the validation rule is yes or no. Okay, and the text is going to be, or the validation text is going to be must be yes or no. Okay, and we're just going to ensure that everything is in uppercase or displayed in uppercase, so we just put a greater than symbol in the format, and that's done. We're now going to go back to the datasheet view, save the changes. Okay, so this one we're going to have to sort the list by sold price. So we can just go here and do smallest to largest, for example. Okay, and it's asking us to put no and yes in the shipped field that we've just created. Okay, and it wants no to be entered for shipped with everything that's $0 for the sold price, and yes for everything that has been got a greater than $0 ship price. So again, I probably won't do this for all of them, but I might do, say, all the no's. Let's try that, all the no's. That looks fine. Okay, now we need to use the find and replace option, and we're going to find the term Beatles, and we're going to replace it with the Beatles. We're looking in the record table, and it's the whole field. Let's click find. So yes, it is working correctly. So then we click replace all, and it'll go through and make all those changes. If we want to make sure it's worked, we can just go and click on the Beatles, and we'll just see. Yes, so it has made some changes there for us. That's good. Okay. We now have to hide the comments and attachment field. So we can just right click up here, select unhide, and we can hide the shipped, did I say? No, comments and attachments. We're now prompted to add formatting of our choice, so we go to the font or datasheet formatting option in the home tab here, and let's just choose some colors. Let's make it a light green, and we'll make this a dark green, and we'll change the font as well. Let's change it to Verdana, and let's make it 10. Okay. It's now prompting us to use the wizard, or the form wizard, so we can create a form for the records table, and it wants us to include all the fields from the table, use a columnar form, and apply any style we like. So we go to the create option, we go to more forms, and select form wizard. We will save the changes. Okay, so we're going to add all the fields. Click next, we're going to be columnar, click next, and let's choose urban, and we're finished. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Okay, now it wants us to switch to the layout view. So we select down here in the bottom right, click on layout, and this allows us to make some changes. So really all it wants us to do is ungroup some things. So we want to remove this, Okay, and as a group, we want to just move this down. We want to make some adjustments. Let's make this smaller. Make this smaller. Okay. And then we can move these over here, for example. Okay, it might not look good, but we're just trying to keep this quick and simple. It now tells us to use the form to enter some data. Okay, so we go back to the form. We go to the last record. We enter a new title, so we can just type in what we want. I'll just type in test CD. Our condition, okay, is going to be excellent. Our purchase price is 38. Our sold price is 50. And all the rest are blank. Okay. It's telling us to preview the form. So we just go to print preview. There we go. We now want to do some filtering. So let's go back to the datasheet view. Okay. Now that we're in the datasheet view, we can do some filtering or apply some filters. So we want to only display records with an excellent condition. So we can just click on excellent for one of the filters. This will only display the fields with the condition of excellent. So there's not many of them. However, we also have to apply a second filter, and the second filter is a purchase price of $10 or more. So if we go to purchase price, and we can say greater than, and we can say greater than $10. And there we go. So we've only got 3 records. It's now telling us to best fit all the fields. This is the same as what we did in Excel. I'm just going to add a shift to this. Okay, once these filters are applied, we want to sort in ascending order based on purchase price. So we can click on purchase price and then select smallest to largest. And it wants to print the data sheet, or this record, in landscape. So we're just going to go to print preview. We can change this to landscape, and we want to set the margins to normal if they're not. So there we go. We can close this. We want to display all the objects. Now it looks like they all are currently displayed. However, let's just go to the navigation options. And they all seem to be there, so that's fine. Finally, we want to add our name to the database properties and exit access. So we click on here, we go to manage, click on database properties, and in the author option, we type in our name. This is very similar to the option for documenting the workbook within Excel, where we can put in a subject and some other information, title, author's name. Click OK. We can save the database and close the database. So just click on Close Database. We'll save the changes, and that's it. Okay, so I hope this is going to help you. Again, if you've got any questions, please send me an email. I wish I could make these longer, but just due to our time limitations, I have to be quite quick. But if you have any comments about this video, please let me know, and I'll see you in class next week. Thank you.